Hello YouTube, this is Alston with a Project 24 13-month update. I'm going to update you on my progress through 4 sites for the past 13 months. Let's get started. Alright, so this, as I mentioned, this will be the 13-month update. I started Project 24 September 7th of 2018. My first site was started on September 7th, 2018, completed on October 24th of 2018. Let me just give you a little bit of background of what Project 24 is. When I first joined, it was a course about creating blogging content, blogging the right way, as I call it, and as the creators of Income School and Project 24, Jim and Ricky, basically their theory or their approach to blogging was to create quality content, starting with at least 30 blog posts, and eventually you would start finding success on the internet. Since the time that I joined, they have added a free WordPress theme. I have done a few different videos on that WordPress theme and the speed and how it has changed or helped my blog posts or my blog sites. They have added a YouTube course to help you if you're looking to create YouTube videos instead of just blogging, if you're looking to do both. And they've also added a Pinterest mini course. So they've added a free avocado theme, which is free to Project 24 members, a mini course for Pinterest, and a mini course for YouTube. They're constantly updating what was already included in their program or in their course overall. They're keeping it fresh, they're keeping it up to date, and their main goal is to help you find success on the internet through various ways of content marketing. So if we take a look at my first site, as I mentioned, September 7th, it was started. I completed the first 30 or 35 blog posts by October 24th or 25th that week of 2018. It has a total of between 95 and 100 blog posts. It has about between 25 and 35 YouTube videos. I currently have about 42 subscribers, and I think I'm getting somewhere between, conservatively speaking, probably 150 visits to that YouTube channel per day. So the blog part is, over the last 13 months, 9,075 page views, 6,744 unique views, average time on page 1 minute and 10 seconds, bounce rate 65.09%, and an exit percent of 61.29. So these numbers, quite honestly, are going to be behind the timeline for Project 24. Also included in the Project 24 course is they give you a timeline of where your website should be or your blog should be. Now, obviously, every blog is going to be different, and that's one thing that you should realize is every blog is going to be different. Every niche is going to be different, so you can go in with the mindset that in 6 months you're going to be here with traffic, when in reality it might not be the case. Also, Google has been changing their algorithms recently, frequently actually. And so some content can be considered your money, your life. So they're more particular, more sensitive to the type of content that is out there because they're trying to keep people healthy and prevent them from being scammed. And so quite honestly, I think that this website is affected by that. Also, this website is in a very, very, very niche down aspect, and it's geared towards more first world or developed countries. And so when you start thinking about that, the market segment or segmentation, it's very limited. And so so those are some things to consider when you're building your blog and when you're thinking about blogging in general. But as you can see, if you look for September, it actually looks like it decreased a little bit. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but as you can see, the numbers are probably, I would say, maybe like 100 page views less than in August. If we take a look, as you can see, my traffic is direct, organic search, social, and then referral. One thing that I noticed a few months ago is my Google Search Console is different than what my organic search rings back. For example, I could have an organic search according to the Google Search Console every single day, but it's not registering every single day on Google Analytics. So that's one thing that's a little strange. But one thing that you'll see in this next slide here is My leading pages are Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo with regard to organic search. Google is very far down on this list. And if you're looking to make money with blog posts, you want this to be number 1 or number 2. The other thing, and I've mentioned this in a few different videos, you'll see that I get a lot of traffic from social media, and that's because I actually send out I send out my blog posts via a plugin called Blog to Social. The other thing too, and I am different than a lot of other people, I go in and I answer questions on Quora about the niche or niche topics, and so you can see my traffic is pretty diverse once you get past the direct. So things that I do to try and generate interest or generate traffic, obviously the YouTube video, I participate in Facebook groups, and I answer questions on Quora. As you can see, that does drive some traffic. All right, if we continue on, this is where my traffic comes from: United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and India. As I mentioned, this is a very, very niche down website when you think about it, or blog when you think about it. And so the traffic is going to be limited to first world countries that can afford to buy this niche item or niche product. It is relatively expensive when you start thinking about different products and services that you can purchase. And so these are all things that you need to consider when you're thinking about traffic and monetization. I guess there's two sides to that. Because the products that I'm recommending or promoting or discussing on this website are more expensive, there may be slightly less buyers, but when it comes to ad revenue, people like Google AdSense and some of the other ad networks out there may be willing to pay more because it's going to be a more higher, more premium type of traffic. So that was my first site. My second site, I started the week of October 25th of 2018. I have 10 YouTube videos, and I have about 35 to 40 blog posts. As you can see, I have 2,344 page views, 2,190 unique views, average time on page 2 minutes and 28 seconds, a bounce rate of 91.38%, and an exit percent of 86.13. One thing that I should mention is, on my largest site, I do have the WordPress theme that was given to us by Jim and Ricky. On this website, I'm using X theme. And so you can actually tell the difference because of the bounce rate and the difference there. As you can see, the traffic is steadily increasing, which is something you'd like to see. If we go to the next page, organic search leads the way, followed by direct, social, and referral. And this is what you want to see in this site. You want to see Google at the top, followed by some of those other things. And with this site, I actually don't do any of the other things that I mentioned with my first site. I strictly have the blog posts and the YouTube videos. I don't do any, and the blog to social plugin. I don't do any Quora work, we'll call it. And I haven't found any relevant Facebook groups, or else I'd be in there participating as well. Next is the traffic. Now, this website is much bigger. It's a much bigger niche. It caters to much more people around the world. And so I am not surprised with the results from the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and India. So that is site number 2. Site number 3, I believe this site is the travel website, learnkenosha.com. This site actually started back in July of 2018 as a way to generate revenue by selling ad space to local businesses in and around Kenosha. The reason why the reason why I did this was because where we live, we're considered part of the Chicago market. And so everything is more expensive. For example, if you want to place an ad on TV or radio or internet, because we are in technically the Chicago market, we pay a premium for ad space. And so one thing that we could have, that I wanted to do was to be able to sell ad space at a reasonable price to local businesses that get dedicated traffic to this website. This website actually is 2 components. There's a listing or like a directory component side of it. And then there is the blog side. As you can see, 776 page views, 689 unique views, average time on page 1 minute, 12 seconds, bounce rate 85.81%, and an exit percent of 74.48. Now, I do not have the avocado theme on this site either. I think it's Listing Directory is the premium plugin that I'm using. So yeah, let's see if we go to, as you can see, actually, I started creating blog posts in December and January because I realized once I started going through Project 24, I realized that the only way to get organic traffic and be able to sell this to local businesses was to have some content other than just the directories. I mean, when you think about it, how are people going to find you without some sort of organic search traffic? So we take a look. A lot of my traffic comes direct, followed by organic search, social, and then referral. All right, so if we take a closer look, direct followed by Google Organic, LinkedIn. That's purely the blog to social plugin. Facebook, Bing, Yahoo, and then Instagram. So as you can see, I'm pulling traffic from all different sources. Because of the blog to social plugin, I'm able to easily get things sent out to multiple social media platforms without having to do a bunch of extra work. There aren't a lot of plugins that do that for you, and so I was very happy when I found that. All right, so here's where the traffic is supposed to come from. If we look on the map here, right here is the border between Wisconsin and Illinois. That is where Kenosha is. So if you're from around the world, if you're from Texas, this is where I live, right on the border. I'm 8 miles from Illinois. Fun fact. So yeah, so that's why when I say in my other videos, if traffic is coming from outside the United States, most likely it's spam or someone trying to hack the site, because very rarely do people come unless you're in the Midwest and you're familiar with cheese and everything that Kenosha has to offer. You're not very likely to discover the site. So that is number 3. Let's take a look at my smallest site. Now this site has less than 15 blog posts. I started, as you can see, I started creating content January, February. The reason why I like talking about this site is because there is proof that Project 24 works. It's proof that even small, tiny sites that have less than 10, less than 15 blog posts can work. I've added the 15 blog posts. I don't have any pictures. I just have a logo. Everything else is very plain and very generic. As you can see, page views, 1,900, unique views, 1,600, average time on page 3 minutes and 10 seconds, bounce rate 88.98%, and exit percent of 82.17. As you can see, the traffic has been steadily inclining over the past few months. With this site, organic search leads the way far and away. Direct, referral, and then social. Actually, too, and this doesn't even have the plugin that I've mentioned a few different times already. I'm not sponsored, or it's not an ad for the plugin. I just have it on most of my sites. So Google Organic leads the way, followed by Direct, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, Facebook. Not sure what that is. And so on. We take a closer look, and all of these are to be expected: United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and India. If you want to learn more about Project 24, click the first link in the description. If I were to create a game plan for myself, the number one thing that I would do is I would keep creating YouTube videos for my largest site, continue to add blog posts for my second largest site. My third site needs more content, and this site just needs to keep going. I think this small site, if I got this up to maybe 30 or 50 blog posts, you could see some real success in this site. My thoughts overall on Project 24, do I still recommend it? Do I still believe in it? The answer is a resounding yes. If I didn't stumble across Project 24, I would have no idea. I would still be lost in how to create content or what type of content to create. So I still believe in it, even though my largest website isn't doing exactly what I'd like it to do. As I mentioned a few different times, that's mostly on me because of my poor keyword research. My keyword research got better over time, and that's one thing that you'll realize too. Unless you have done content marketing before, you are probably going to get keyword research, I don't want to say wrong, misunderstood is a good word. Things that I thought that I could compete for, Clearly, I didn't. But as you can see with my other websites, I got better with it. I got better at it. So that's something to take into account. My websites here are probably good snapshots in time. My first website did not do as great because I didn't understand or wasn't I wasn't on point with my keyword research. My last site is doing very well, despite it only having 10 blog posts or 15 blog posts, because my keyword research got better, my writing got better, and I just got better overall. So definitely click the first link in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about Project 24. Also, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I welcome all comments. Feel free to comment. I don't mind arguing or discussing things with people on the internet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.